Business confidence is back at record highs, and there's two lots of data that back this up. And the question for all of us business owners, because we are too, is should we be taking this too seriously or still having a cautious level of optimism and making sure that we still take the action that will be needed to achieve the things that we want to achieve in our business? Because that is always the key. It's all good and well hoping that things are going to get better, but unless we do something about it, sometimes this optimism and confidence can all be for nothing. So I've got an article here and it's referencing ANZ's business outlook, and business confidence has risen to a 30-year high, which is pretty crazy when you think about where we've been with a couple of years of a pandemic and then 3 years of grindy economic environment. Many people who have been in business for a lot longer than I have told me that this is the hardest it has felt out there since the 90s. Now, for a lot of us, we have to ensure that we are clear on what it is that we want to achieve. Otherwise, we will just have another year where we muddle around and then we look back on the year and go, oh, okay, well, it was either good or it was bad. So think about what will make a year great. What will actually make you have a good year in 2026? Can you clearly define what a great year for you would be? Because it seems that many business owners are finally confident again that things are going to be better and will be better into the future, which is great news, because they're then going to take more action and move more confidently. But this will also mean that more business owners will be competing with other business owners who are finally getting off of their hands and getting out there and going, okay, well, if things are going to get better, I've got to try my hand at this as well. And part of where I think this confidence is coming from is that consumers and the customer are doing the exact same thing. They are saying, right, it's time to get back out there. It's time to spend. I'm sick of waiting. There's no point having my money in a term deposit at this rate. We might as well spend the money. All of these things are leading them to take more activity and then engage with more businesses. And I think their consumer confidence may then feed into that business confidence as well. And of course, with decreasing interest rates, and hopefully we don't see increases in 2026, although there are murmurs about that, we're seeing people have confidence to spend again and money start to wash around through the economy. Don't get me wrong, it won't just happen and just happen quickly, but it slowly will happen and is happening. And that means business owners need to be on their toes to ensure that they turn this confidence and optimism into action to achieve the results that we talked about right at the start. So where is this confidence coming from in ANZ's survey? Well, they're saying business confidence has hit its highest level in 30 years on improving activity and on expectations of an economic rebound. So business owners are expecting this to happen. Now, more recently, from that, we had data from the New Zealand Institute of Economic Research, and their December quarter data basically said the same thing. Business confidence rises to the highest level since 2014 in their data. Now, for them, this data also signals that business owners are expecting the year to be better than it has been. This means that more firms and more businesses are expecting to hire and to grow. So again, more data suggesting that business owners are very confident, or more confident than they have been for some time, that things will be better. I'd love to know from you in the comments, what do you think is driving all of this business confidence? And is it warranted, or is it just another false sense of security that may not be here? Because we do know that later in the year we've got an election which will create more uncertainty, but we have that every 3 years. If you're in business and want to be for a long time, you will have to accept that the election cycle is what it is. You need to build your plan longer term than either government so that you can ensure that you can keep moving further towards those goals of yours. So now a word of cautious optimism. It's all good and well, as we said before, to have this excitement, this confidence, and this optimism. But if you don't take any action, then you can't expect different results. Now, if we take you back a little while, when the economy was frothy, you didn't really need to go to the market. The market would come to you. And then when we started to enter the recession, as the money got sucked out of the economy, we were saying to clients, and we have a lot of aspirational clients, and they go out and do these things, you're going to have to go to the market. It's not going to come to you anymore. You're going to have to go to it. Now, fortunately for us, we have some great clients that go and do this, and then they tell us, yes, okay, I'm doing that, but it's getting harder. Now, because they knew that it was going to be harder, they then stayed in the fight, and they turned this into a process. For a little while there, people could just go out to the market and then they just go and hunt and gather and things would come back in easy, and we got caught in this false sense that that's how it always is. But that's not how it always is. So people had to actually go back there routinely and continuously go out there and actually start to get a bit of rejection as well. This created frustration for some, and for a lot of people it was their moment of quitting. Oh, it doesn't work anymore. Oh, the government should be doing more. Insert whatever it is that they want to blame an external factor. But if we say, well, what are you doing? Show us what you are doing. Often it's hard for these people to list out exactly what it is that they're doing because they're not doing enough volume that the market and the recession actually required through those years. Now, the great thing is that things are slowly turning, and we're hearing from clients that when they're going to the market, they're having nibbles, they're getting yeses, they're getting less rejection. Now, this less rejection is a clear sign that things are turning. So when we go to the market and we get less rejection, we know that the buyer is more willing to accept the offer. So there's a couple of things here that you could improve in 2026 that will guarantee you to have a bigger year in 2026. And one of those is to make more offers. Be very realistic with yourself about the number of offers that you actually make, and can you increase the volume of them? Outreach? Is it marketing? Is it different platforms? Is it email frequency? However you make your offers, make more of them because the market is getting ready to spend more. So then you will receive more back in return. Secondly is be hungrier. Be clear on your goals and what you want and have the motivation to go and chase them. That's going to allow you to increase the level of volume that you have and make more offers. And do this stuff faster. Speed wins. If you're not doing these things at speed, and if you're not following up, and if you're becoming complacent because, oh, things will just get better because the economy is going to do better, it doesn't mean that you will necessarily win. You're still going to be competing with other people that will be willing to do those things. So go above and beyond and lead from the front and chase up people who are a prospect and chase down people that someone said, oh, you should have a chat to them. Like, go and do it. We have to do this ourselves in our business, and many successful business owners, these become the basics for them to do. So do not get complacent and start to think about how you can ramp up the volume of your offering and then actually just live into your confidence and accept some of the rejection that you will have, but turn these sorts of things that are winning in your business and leading to work into a process. Don't just do it once and go, okay, that's me for a while. No, actually create a process. Stay in front of people, stay visible, make more offers, and you will have a better 2026.